What are the real estate agent's duties? You are paying your real estate agent a commission to sell your home. What do you get in return? What are the real estate agent's duties? Welcome to tip number 7 in this series, How to Sell Your Home Fast. My name is AJ Ackerman with Century 21 Sunbelt Realty, and my purpose is to educate, motivate, and help you feel great about selling your home. Thank you for the opportunity to help you and your family become more knowledgeable about buying and selling real estate. When discussing real estate agent duties, it is important to understand that there are legal duties that as licensed professionals we must abide by. A real estate broker who becomes an agent of a seller or buyer is deemed to be fiduciary. Other examples of fiduciaries are trustees, executors, and guardians. As a fiduciary, a real estate broker is held by law to owe specific duties to the person who they are representing. In addition to duties or obligations set forth in a listing agreement, buyer representation agreement, or other contract of employment. Subagents of the broker also owe the same fiduciary duties to the broker's principal. These specific fiduciary duties include loyalty, obedience, disclosure, confidentiality, reasonable care and diligence, and accounting. Loyalty is one of the most fundamental fiduciary duties an agent owes to the principal. The duty obligates a real estate broker to act at all times solely in the best interest of the principal, excluding all other interests, including that of the broker. The selling agent must do everything possible to gain an advantage for the seller. With obedience, an agent is obligated to promptly and efficiently obey all lawful instructions of his or her principal that conform to the purpose of the agency relationship. However, the duty does not include an obligation to obey unlawful instructions, such as an instruction to not market a property to minorities or to misrepresent the condition of the property. The selling agent must obey all lawful instruction of the seller. With disclosure, an agent must disclose to the principal all known relevant and material information that pertains to the scope of the agency. The duty includes any facts affecting the value or desirability of the property, as well as any other relevant information pertaining to the transaction, such as the other party's bargaining position, the identity of all potential purchasers, information concerning the ability or willingness of the buyer to offer a higher price, any intent to subdivide or resell the property for a profit. An agent's duties of disclosure to his or her principal must not be confused with a real estate broker's duty to disclose any known material facts about the property value to non-principals. The duty to disclose known material facts is based on a real estate broker's duty to treat all persons honestly. The duty of honesty does not depend on the existence of an agency relationship. A seller's agent must reveal any known material defects in the property and must not reveal information about traffic problems, poor schooling system, or declining property values, since these items might make the property less desirable to buy. With confidentiality, an agent is obligated to safeguard his or her principal's lawful confidences and secrets. Therefore, a real estate broker must keep confidential any information that may weaken a principal's bargaining position. The duty of confidentiality precludes a broker who represents a seller from disclosing to a buyer that the seller can or must sell a property below the listed price. Conversely, a broker who represents a buyer is prohibited from disclosing to a seller that the buyer can or will pay more than what has been offered for a property. The duty of confidentiality does not include an obligation by a broker who represents a seller to withhold known material facts about the condition of the seller's property from the buyer, or to misrepresent the property's condition. To do so constitute misrepresentation and impose liability on both the broker and the seller. The seller's agent must tell the seller everything they can find out about the buyer, including all financial details they can obtain. The seller's agent must conceal anything about the seller that would help the buyer gain an advantage, such as impeding foreclosure, need to move in a hurry, or need to sell to settle divorce. An agent is obligated to use reasonable care and diligence when pursuing the principal's affairs. The standard of care expected of a seller's real estate broker is that of a competent real estate professional. By reason of his or her license, a broker is considered to have skill and expertise in real estate matters superior to that of an average person. As an agent who represents others in their real estate dealings, a broker or salesperson is under a duty to use superior skill and knowledge while pursuing the principal's affairs. However, no broker is expected to perform tasks or know information outside the scope of his or her real estate license. Real estate licensees are not expected to perform services normally provided by engineers, lawyers, accountants, or other professionals. If concerns arise outside the scope of a broker's responsibility, the broker should acknowledge that and suggest that the principals seek assistance from a reliable outside source. Seller's agent must prepare themselves through education and study to competently represent the seller in all matters. Concerning accounting, an agent is obligated to account for all money or property that belongs to his or her principal entrusted to that agent. The duty compels a real estate broker to safeguard any money, deeds, or other documents entrusted to them relative to their clients, transactions of affairs. The seller's agent must account to seller for any money or documents entrusted to them. Whether a principal is a buyer or a seller, an agent always owes that person the above 6 fiduciary duties. These duties are inherent in all agency relationships and enforced by all courts of law in the United States. If you have any questions or like further explanation for everything I've gone over, feel free to call me or contact me at my website at www.ackermanswfl.com. Or you can also grab my ebook entitled 12 Tips on How to Sell Your Home Fast. Remember, it's my goal to help, educate, motivate, and ultimately help you sell your home and feel great about it during the process.